Welcome back to Talk 1260 KTRC, the Humanity Behind the Vanity. It's Dr. Daniel Ronel. I'm a plastic surgeon here with my wife Betsy and Valerie Ingram, and we hardly ever talk about plastic surgery anymore. Because we've got more important things to talk about.
Really? I mean,
yeah,
we need to serve our community, which is so much fun.
Well, folks can go to your website to find out about plastic surgery, right?
Yeah, right. They can. Right.
You don't have to take this valuable time to do it.
Exactly.
No, let's talk about stuff that's important, like people who need a voice. So let's go.
Okay, so we're talking about nonprofits providing important services around the holidays. One I'd like to highlight is Women's Health Services. They are the largest woman-focused primary care practice in Santa Fe.
Oh.
For 35 years, they've been championing the need for research and clinical application of gender-specific health care.
Excellent.
And that's a fancy way of saying diseases manifest differently in men and women, and doctors need to be trained in both.
Exactly.
For example, the symptoms of a heart attack in a woman are different than the symptoms in a man.
Right.
So doctors need to know that. At Women's Health Services, they serve women and their families, but they also serve men. They serve uninsured people, but many of the patients have their own insurance and choose to go to Women's Health Services because they are known for taking more time with their patients.
Interesting.
50% of their funding comes from patient fees, but the rest of it has to be raised. So you might want to consider a gift to Women's Health Services as a way of giving a holiday gift this season in honor of a loved one.
Right.
$50 would provide emergency contraception services to 2 clients. $150 provides a visit. They integrate primary care and behavioral health in the same visit. So that's why they take more time with people.
Terrific.
$250 would provide new office visits for 2 uninsured patients.
Oh.
And $500 would provide a class on women and heart disease. So there's some ideas for Women's Health Services. Their website is the initials of Women's Health Services of Santa Fe, WHSSF.org.
Do you know where they're located?
They are located on West Alameda in the Solana Shopping Center.
Oh. Okay.
Plenty of parking over there, and they share a building with some county offices. It's actually a very nice facility.
I know someone who actually could use them. You can send her to them, Claudia.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Send her there?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
The last 2 organizations I wanted to mention are arts organizations, because the funding for the arts has been drastically cut in the schools in recent years. And with this upcoming legislative session, we can expect more cuts in arts education. So supporting nonprofits that provide arts in the schools is really another vital part of our community health. Pandemonium Productions, they provide theater arts instruction in public schools through a drama residency. And the funding for this was cut out of the public schools budget this year, so they're looking for ways to keep that program intact. They bring hundreds of school students to the theater to see every show for free. They cover the cost of transportation, so hundreds of students get to go to the theater and have an experience that they wouldn't have had otherwise. And when I asked the director, Chris Leslie, what level of gift is most helpful, he laughed and he said, every dollar counts, and gifts in any amount are appreciated.
Yes.
And I said, well, give me a better idea.
Yeah.
So we've got to talk about $150 is what it cost for a bus to take 100 students to go to the theater to see a performance.
Terrific.
Right? The cost of gas has gone up, so we need $150 to make a bus loop from the school to the theater.
Right.
$500 would provide costumes or sets for 1 show.
Wow.
And that's not very expensive when you think about
all
it.
Of that.
Yeah.
No.
They spend about $500 on costumes and $500 on sets.
Terrific.
$695 would provide a scholarship for 1 student to participate whose family couldn't afford the tuition.
Wow. That's
So
terrific.
he tries not to turn anybody away. He
Right.
finds scholarship money to help folks whose families can't pay for it.
Brilliant.
So that's Pandemonium Productions, and you can find them on the web at pandemoniumprod for productions, PROD.org.
You know what I was just thinking? $150 may seem like a lot to one individual, but if you work in an office, you could all pool, $25 together for, whatever.
You know what we did in my book club?
What?
We used to, a few years ago, we would put some money in a box every time we met monthly, and at the end of the year we took ourselves out to a really fancy dinner.
Yeah.
And after a couple of years, somebody said, well, wait a minute. should we keep doing this? Are there other things we could do with this money?
Oh, good idea.
So we put $5 or $10 in the box every time we see each other.
Great.
At the end of the year, we have between $200 and $250, and we pick a nonprofit.
Excellent.
So it's bang for your buck. You know, you put in what you can afford,
Yeah.
and or you're able to give a bigger gift when you give with your friends. So yeah, get 3 friends together. You each give $50
Exactly.
to Pandemonium, and you've provided a bus.
Exactly.
It's a cool
it's simple.
idea.
Yeah, get your fellow, moms on your block, your fellow people that sit, your desk mates or, cubicle mates, whatever.
Yeah, your Sunday school class.
Exactly. Yeah. Anything, book clubs, anything. Just get a bunch of people together and everybody give what they can and try to reach that goal.
That's like a giving circle.
Exactly.
Wonderful. You can accomplish more when everybody pools their resources together.
Exactly. So don't get scared off by what some might consider a higher price tag when you can all pull together and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Ask
that.
your friends to help.
Yeah.
Another really neat organization is Artworks. They send artists into the classroom and to lead students in art making, and then they take kids to museums and performances.
Oh, wow.
They serve about 2,700 students, grades pre-K through 8, every semester.
That's
So it's a pretty extensive program.
Yeah.
This year they've taken hundreds of students to see exhibits at our Santa Fe museums. And some of the things they saw Midsummer Night's Dream at the Santa Fe University of Art and Design.
Excellent.
They've been to a performance of the Santa Fe Symphony.
Wow.
And yesterday, one of my children who goes to E.J. Martinez went to the Nutcracker, Aspen Santa Fe Ballet.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So Artworks provides these teaching artists. They go into the classroom before the performance and they talk to the kids about what they're going to see, and they talk about vocabulary that's related to the art performance, whether it's a museum exhibit or a visual arts performance. And a gift of $50 would provide art supplies for, get this, 10 classroom visits.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Right, so they can do it for $5 a class.
That's amazing.
They
Good
must
for them.
order in quantity and bulk.
Exactly.
$75 covers the cost of the artist leading a tour of a museum exhibit. $150 covers the cost of the 2-hour classroom workshop. And $500 would provide a field trip to a live performance for an entire class, and the 2 workshops. They have a before and an after.
Oh, cool.
And before they talk about what they're going to see, after they review it with the kids, and then the kids get to make some art themselves. So to make a donation to Artworks, you need to go to Santa Fe Partners in Education's website, and that's sfpartnersineducation.org. And they are a program now of Partners in Education, so you can donate to Artworks through Partners in Education.
Great.
Excellent.
Okay. How do you
And
want to wrap it up?
Wait, what's this little
We have a
note?
minute.
Oh, I've got one little note. Yeah,
Okay.
make sure if tax deductions are a consideration to you, you need to get your check in the mail by December 31st.
Okay.
It's got to be postmarked by the 31st.
Then everybody benefits, you and the recipients.
Good.
That's right.
And don't be, I'll tell you one last thing. Espanola started doing one of these mailing things, these random mailing things asking for donations. We just got one in the mail. And I have looked at the responses for this over time. They have said it's the gift that keeps on giving. They'll get this stuff back in June, and it could be, some old lady in Omaha sending in $2. And then there could be, some whippersnapper in New York sending in $100. You just don't know, but every single penny counts. So if you can't individually meet any of these requirements, send in your $5, send in your $10.
Absolutely.
It all can add up.
Thank you very much.
Valerie, thank you
Well,
once
thanks
again.
for having
so
me
much.
here.
We love this.
People can find my website at vingramconsulting.com.
Yes.
I'll give an hour free to any local nonprofit and over the phone. If they've got some questions about fundraising, I'll give them an hour free.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thanks. You've
Nice
been listening
work.
to Talk 1260 KTRC, the Humanity Behind the Vanity. We've been talking about the health of our community, and we'll be back next week.
Thank you.